Well, back to the podcast. Hi, hello, hi. Overstimulation Peter here with more information to fill your brain. How are you today? Hope
I'm
you're all doing
good.
well.
How is everybody with all the turmoil that's going on in this world?
I know,
Unbelievable.
I know. I'm convinced we are on the precipice of some like major war. There's too many things going on. Too many things as of today and recording this. It's crazy how like
Yeah,
it's not just like one or two major countries. It's almost the entire globe.
yeah. All you read about is Trump, and all you read about is what to do if electricity and the major things happen that we may not have enough food, and
But like it's not like yeah, all right, as Americans, yeah, sure. We are Trump and Vance bought stock in companies that buy up farmland that can't afford to run their farms anymore, and now Arkansas farmers are running out of money to run their land. So we may be running out of food. We may be electricity is getting more expensive because he gutted all the green energy deals. Yeah, America may be crumbling, but we also have Russia dealing with Ukraine, and they also just recently sent drones to Poland, where Italian, US, and Dutch jets are now fighting drones. Um,
yeah,
we
we have
got
bricks
what?
expanding.
What's expanding?
Bricks.
Oh yeah, yeah. BRICS are expanding. We've also got U.S. troops down in Venezuela because it looks like we're starting to do something because Trump put like 4,000 troops over there for some reason. Israel just bombed Qatar, and now Saudi Arabia is back in Qatar, and there's a problem there. And Nepal just had a massive protest where major government buildings were just set on fire. They're protesting their government because it was a mass-wide censorship. You've got all of the EU, Australia, and the UK doing digital censorship on social media and online, and they're trying to enact a law that allows the government to read every message you send to anyone, no privacy. And if the AI system picks anything up that's problematic, it auto sends it to the police, but it's only for civilians. Any politician is exempt from those rules.
Yeah,
Like,
so with that in mind, and with the part four of our Epstein broadcast, we'll let that linger till
yeah. Well,
you
yeah,
know,
we gotta hold off on the Epstein stuff
yeah,
because they released the birthday book and there's a lot of stuff, but there's more to come. So we gotta hold off and we'll return to that on this podcast when more comes out because right now there's been some juicy stuff, but we want to wait for more.
yeah. So today we'll play not a game, but what do you think? Questions,
Okay.
and we'll see. What do you think about it?
I like a good
Okay.
lighthearted game. Let's go.
Yeah. Uh, what is the best question you've ever been asked?
Oh, Jesus. All right, that's a tough one.
Yeah, isn't it? That's what. What do you think?
Oh God, I haven't been asked too many questions. Like, um, I think that's such a loaded question. God, I'm gonna go with something more heady, and I'm gonna say it was probably one of the best questions I've been asked. Is probably something simple, um, something to the effect of like, "Are you happy?" And because that it it re it shifts the perspective back onto me and my life in a way that I think me and a lot of people don't focus on in that way because we're so busy and so focused on so many other things in our life. And to really sit down and consider, are you happy? Are you not just like happy today, happy tomorrow, or generally happy? Are you happy right now in your life, regardless of what's going on? Can you and do you still find joy and happiness in your life? I think that's probably one of the great questions that I've been asked.
Okay. One of the greatest questions I was asked is, how do you know you're in love?
Mm.
How do you know you're in love? And my answer is, without getting corny, when you feel something special within inside of you that's not just chemical, but you want to be with somebody, you miss them terribly, and you want to create a future with them. And that was my answer because a lot of people refute love. They don't want to agree that there is love. They think sex is love. So they would ask, "How do you know you're in love?" You know,
Hmm.
especially to a young person, not to an older person. Second question: who's the most influential person in your life?
Most influential person in my life, like involved in my life?
Yeah,
Or okay. Most
or
influential.
involved in your life, in your whole
But
life.
it has to be it has to be physically impact. It's not like someone that I look to. It's someone who's involved with my life. Yeah.
Yeah, or could have been in the past who was involved.
Um, I would say uh in the past it was you when I was growing up.
Thank you.
And in I'd say currently it's Catherine because she works insanely hard and between going to school, going to work, going to work full time, going to school full time, still finding time to spend time with me, and also still remains insanely positive while also dealing with her own medical issues. It's like it's another world. She has for someone who's always sleepy, she's got an insane amount of energy and a very uh unmoving positive outlook on life that I look to constantly.
Okay. And how was I influential to you?
I was growing up, there's someone who wasn't the best and really present, so there was someone else there to fill that spot and give me guidance and help me in a way that uh, I didn't have, or I had to explore myself, and so I didn't have to always explore it myself because I had you.
Thank you. Okay, mine is almost in the reverse of yours. The person who was most influential in my past was my father.
Mm.
Okay, he was my best friend and advisor. So was my mom, but we had a man-to-man relationship. And the most influential person right now is you,
Yeah.
because you're always there to answer any of my questions. As I was explaining to a friend and to another Peter yesterday, I said, I know I try not to call to interrupt, but I do know that if you are available, that within 1 minute I get a call back and that you will explain modern things to me. And so you're very influential to me.
Thanks.
Okay. Uh, where would you be if you hadn't followed your dream? Have you followed your dream?
I think I'm following my dream. Yes. Where would I be? I'd probably be working at a real estate company. I'd be in a desk job, depressed out of my mind.
Yeah,
Um,
that's understood.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not following my dream. I did not follow my dream.
You didn't want to be a ballerina?
Yeah, I wanted to be a ballerina, but I was too heavy. No, I wanted to be a doctor, but I was too immature to go through the process. And I wish I would have followed my dream, although I did help people like I wanted to in another capacity, but I didn't follow my dream. Uh, what what's the best decision you ever made in your life?
Best decision I ever made in my life.
Notice people are going to get to know us better.
Yeah. Best decision I ever made in my life? Um, I'd say I'd say there's two. One is dating Catherine, and the other one is when I decided that I was going to make social media my job. About a year, it's been a year and year and a half, year and 8 months now that I decided it's been just about a year since I started making money. Um, I think I've known for a long time that I didn't want to do a cubicle job and I didn't want the boring aspect of it. I'm nowhere near as successful as I'd like to be yet, but I'm getting there. Um, but I made that decision and it was a scary one. And I think not only is it something that I'm happy to have made and I would not go back on, but it has really created confidence in me, my decision making, and really established more so the direction in life that I'd like to go in.
Good answer. Uh, Mine is an easy answer. The best decision I ever made in my life was in a short period of time that I was dating your grandmother, was to marry her and have at least to have the 40 years that I had before she passed away with her, because every year was not always the best, but every year was was wonderful. And not everybody would have had 41 years of uh, relationship like I had with her. That was the best decision that I got over my shyness and asked her out, and then let it go from there. Next question. I don't know if I should ask this one. This is, I don't know if you're going to like this. Should I ask it?
Do it.
What's your deepest regret, and how can you forgive yourself or make amends?
Deepest regret is not starting early enough. That's I constantly tell myself I'm not getting there fast enough or I didn't do it early enough. Had I just been early, I think, and so I would say the uh result is just to learn to accept that everything is in the timing that it needs to be in for you and your life. And that's about it.
Yeah.
And, continue to work towards what I want and recognize that it's less about the exact time of when you start or when you finish, and it's more about continuing and going for what you want, regardless of what happens around you.
Yeah, my deepest regret is not meeting your grandmother, rather, until I was in my early 30s, and not having additional years with her. But then again, when I married your grandmother, she was a different religion than me. And had I married her 10 years prior, the pressure of having dual religions might have kept me from marrying her. And when I did marry her, there was no influence whatsoever and no influence over the 40 years. So I would have liked to have more time with her.
Okay.
Um, what interests you about the person sitting across from you now? That's me.
What interests me about the person sitting across? The interest, like, I don't know. I'm interested in talking to you all the time, but I like what's a specific interest?
See, mine is easier because I've spent more years with you than you with me, basically, because some of your early years you don't remember.
Right, that's true. I'd say I think it's your joy and desire to continue on. Like you haven't given up on life, right? You still have good times and you still enjoy your life and it's still fun for you to do things. And so it's nice to see that.
Okay. watching you grow from the person I diapered and took care of, and watch you grow from a little baby to a good man who's 6'7" and kisses me on the temple, where I used to pick you up and hug and kiss you. Now it's almost the reverse, and being so very proud of you as my grandson. So that would be my answer. Uh, if if you could change one thing about the world, what would it be? That's a hard question.
Oh no, it's an easy question. Can't lie in court. Can't lie in court. That's it. Because if you can't lie in court, not no lying in general, right? Like, because that sucks. Then everyone's got unfiltered responses, and sometimes, sometimes little white lies are okay when it's like you trying to tell your kid about like Santa or like the Tooth Fairy or something. But uh, can't lie in court. That would be the best because then when you've got Trump in court for Epstein, he's got to admit it. When you've got someone in court for war crimes, they got to admit it. Crimes would be a lot easier, and we could put away the actual bad people so long as we get them in court.
I agree with you. That would be a good answer for me too. So I don't mean to copy it, but that's a good
No,
answer.
that's fine. You can copy it. That
If
that I thought of that because I've thought about it before. Of there's a separate concept where someone says, you can end this crime forever, but you have to commit it for it to end. And I saw someone online say lying in court. I'll lie in court, and then because I've done it, no one else can lie in court anymore. Because some people are like, oh, like murder or like pedophilia or something. It's like, no, 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 lie in court. Because then everything else gets covered so long as you're in court.
now you don't have it yet, and I hope you don't have it for a while, but when you have children, if you decide upon having children, what superpower would you like your child to have?
Oh, interesting. Um, they're probably gonna want something cool like levitation or teleportation. Um, I'll probably give probability manipulation. I can't. I'm gonna be stupid with this answer. Probability manipulation is the technical answer because it basically gives them the capacity to alter the probability of anything happening. So they could basically just be God because they can alter the probability of winning the lottery, the probability that they could fly, the probability that they learn magic, the probability that they discover the cure for cancer, right? Probability manipulation would probably be the best. But if I have to go for the generic one, it would probably be either teleportation or levitation.
Yeah, my superpower that I would like my children to have, and my children are grown, would be the ability of memory to remember that I exist and to pick up a phone and check up on me in my older years.
Great.
You like that?
Yeah.
Uh, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve. Um, oh, it's gotta be this is sort of it's a two-parter, but they're related in that if like let's say I I do the dishes a lot, right? If in the sink there's a part of the sink where there's like plates and bowls, and then off to the side, there's like a mug with a bunch of utensils in it that need to be washed. If I ask you to throw your utensils with the other utensils and you throw it off to the side where the plates are consistently after I've asked, that's probably a pet peeve. Is like the oh my thing just got blurry. Um, is if I ask you to do some minor stuff like that and it doesn't harm anyone. It doesn't cause any problems, but you continue to not do it after I've asked a couple, like once or twice kindly. That's probably a pet peeve. Like if or if like, hey, can you when you anytime you leave my room, can you please like close the door? Right? You don't close the door ever. It's like such a small, unimportant thing to you and it doesn't affect your life. But if you can't even like do that, yeah, yeah, that'll probably piss me off a bit.
Yeah, I my biggest pet peeve is people that look at you, s- listen, but they don't hear.
Mm,
That really pisses me off.
mm.
And there used to be somebody in the family like that. Um, what's a red flag about you?
Red flag about me. I have an extensive amount of anxiety. I have no, that doesn't count. Well, I'll do a real one.
A red flag.
Red flag about me. Um, I have a habit of making things worse in my head than they turn out to be, like most people, but I will complain about it. And I'll still do it, but I'm going to complain about it before I do it. And then once it's done, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't that bad. And that's a consistent feature of mine. I've tried to minimize the complaining as I've recognized that it usually isn't that bad, but I tend to get anxious, annoyed, angry, or complain about things that may be upcoming uh, because of whatever reasoning regarding thinking it's going to be worse than it is. And then it doesn't end up being that bad.
Yeah, my red flag uh, is I find it hard to trust people.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a good
I
one.
do. Uh, not all people, but I find it
Yeah.
hard to trust people. Um, what is your green flag about you?
Green flag. I'm consistent. I uh I'd say that's probably one of my strongest traits is my consistency, whether it's with people or just personal things. Um, like my social media, for example. I post minimum twice a day on my one platform and minimum once a day on the other platform. And I do not miss a day. I do not miss a day. I'm posting on Christmas. I'm posting on my birthday. I'm posting on New Year's. Like I do not miss a day unless I genuinely have to because I'm physically unable to get and do the thing I need to do. And that's doubled within relationships as well.
Mhm.
If Catherine needs me to be somewhere, if I tell her I'm going to be somewhere, I will be there. I will consistently show up on time or early. I will consistently show up within the relationship as needed in those areas. Even outside of the relationship with Catherine, friendships and family as well. I will, I'm a very consistent person in that regard. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, and because I value that and I know that that's the best way for me to progress.
Yeah. My green flag is I generally like to help people until I don't trust them.
So that's a we'll call that a yellow green flag. It's like the
Okay.
autumn leaves.
Okay. Uh,
That's good.
what color are you in a good mood? How do you know what when you dress when you're in a good mood? What color would that be?
So if I'm in a good mood, what color am I wearing as like a t-shirt or an outfit?
Yeah, what color? It could be a t-shirt. It could
Oh,
be a
like what aura, what color am
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
when I'm in
yeah,
a good mood?
yeah.
Um, when I'm in a good mood, I think my aura, my energy persona is a green or a blue, but specifically a more saturated, natural looking green, not like a Kelly green or some odd blue green, but a more natural, earthy green, or a Somewhere between a Yves blue and sky blue.
Yeah, I got two colors. Blue, if my weight is under control. Black, if it's not, because black tends to hide any extra poundage.
Okay.
And you can tell I'm happy if I'm wearing blue. It means my weight is under control.
Mm.
Uh, what helps you during the course of a day get over your anxiety or whatever, your work, and breathe easy?
Um, Doing something that separates my mental and my me physically, separating myself physically from the task or thing, helps me mentally get over it. So if I'm doing a lot of work on the computer because I got to do a lot of work today on research and whatnot, stretching or going for a walk or something that physically removes me from the space for a little bit and gives me air and space to breathe tends to be of benefit, and tends to help. Stretching is a really good one. I do like that if I'm like stressed out or if I'm just trying to do a lot of work and I'm super focused and I just need a moment. Taking like 10 minutes to just do a full body stretch, literally head to toe, a bunch of different stuff tends to help.
Mine would be at 81, knowing that I'm capable, even when I'm not feeling well, of getting out there and walking and walking and walking and coming back knowing that I've achieved the goal for the day.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh, what do you have faith in right now?
What do I have faith in?
That's a good question.
Um, I have faith in myself, faith in Catherine and her ability to finish her schooling, and faith that regardless of what happens globally or domestically, it will end at some point, no matter what. It will end.
Yeah, I have the ultimate faith in myself, and I have faith that you are and will continue to be a good man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What changes in your life for the better? Well, what's changing in your life for the better?
Oh, what's changing in your life? Um, what's changing in my life for the better? My financial status. Making more money. That's great. Um, I think my what's changing in my life for the better? Financial status, of course, but I think even recently some perspectives and outlooks on life, um, and being able to take actionable steps through those perspectives.
Okay. Uh, I've been fortunate at my late age to have good neighbors and good friends. And although they're all married and I'm not, uh, I know they're there for me when they can be. It's not like having family near me, but it's a substitute. And I guess it's a change for the better. But at my age, with my sicknesses, um, I guess I got to look for anything that's positive.
Okay.
Okay, last question. What's who's the most joyful person you've ever met?
It's got to be Catherine. It's got to be. She is the literal definition of like a ray of sunshine. She can have a good conversation with anyone. It's like finding a ladybug on the sidewalk. Not a single person ever finds a ladybug like crawling on your finger and goes, "Ew, get off." You look at that thing and you're like, "That's adorable. I'm having a good day now." And then it flies away. Same thing. She is genuinely a joy in every sense of the word. And I don't think anyone has had a negative experience for the first time speaking with her.
Yeah, this is going to sound strange. About, let's see, about 36 years ago, I was dating a girl, and she was always laughing, always happy, and she wanted something that I did not want, and I didn't do good by her because I used my 3 month rule on her, which means 3 months and I stopped the relationship. But she was the most joyful person I've ever met, always laughing, always happy. And that's about it.
Hmm.
So I hope that some of these questions will give people who have the patience to listen some insight into us.
Yeah, and if you want, you can also answer these questions too. If you're on YouTube, you can comment. If you're on Spotify, I believe you can also comment. Um,
And
so yeah, you can always.
ask your friends these questions too.
That's true as well. You can always ask your friends as well.
Yeah.
But we will catch you on the next episode. Next episode will probably be current events related because there's probably going to be a lot more stuff going on. Uh,
Hopefully we're still here.
yes, that's a good point, assuming we're still here. But until then, I hope everyone has a good evening, night, morning, whenever train ride, car ride, whatever you're doing, listening to this.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace
Yeah.
out.
And look at my shirt, everybody, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way.
look at his shirt.
Kids Wish. If you have an extra few dollars, support them.
There you go.
Okay. Again, peace out.
Peace
Be
out.
well.